Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Okay, today I'd like to talk to you about the different guns that you get and everything else. And if you do, like me, you do your own servicing and working on them yourself, strip it all down, clean it all, refurbish them or do whatever, service them, change the seals, lube them, polish them, hone them, do whatever you want to call it tuning, fettling and all this lot, or effing around with them. You sometimes run into a few problems. This is one of the guns that I've had that has fought me every single step of the way. So whenever I get a new gun, take it apart, strip it all down, clean it, re-grease it, re-lube it, molly grease, not a lot, but other bits like that, and other stuff. Because the factory stuff that Weihrauch put in, or any other manufacturer will put in, tends to be a little bit more generic. It tends to be stuff that's designed to stay on the shelf and protect it from actual rusting and corrosion and things like that, other than protecting the gun and making it run right. So so basically after that, it took me about 10 minutes to strip it all down because they are fairly simple. This is a HW80, by the way, I don't know if I said that, got distracted by the train. So it took me about 10 minutes to strip it all down, 15 minutes to polish the piston, clean it all up and everything else, service all that bit, grease it all up, put it all back together again. But could I get it to cock? No, I couldn't. So it's one of them ones where it fought me all. The pins wouldn't go back in the trigger lock, the safety wouldn't work, the spring, wouldn't go back in on the safety. It kept jamming and other bits like that. Anything that could go wrong did go wrong, up until the point where 3 hours later I'm still trying to take it apart, put it back together, take it apart, put it back together, take it apart, put it back together. I basically did the gun about 10 times, to the point, if anybody knows, there's two screws that go in, one in there and there's one in there, and at the back you've got, underneath that trigger block, you've got like a little 10mm screw or 8mm screw that sits inside the trigger block. Normally I take that out or put the screw in to keep it in situ. That had come out, so I was hunting around last night, fireworks going off, dark as anything, pissing down. Luckily I found it, the airgun gods were on my side and everything else, so I found it, put it all back together again, and it's shooting alright. They're a big piston in these, they're about a 30mm piston. And you end up with something like a little bit of a torque thing, so when you shoot it, it twists over slightly. So you got to like put a few shims in and stuff like that on the piston. Not a lot, but there's other ways you can do it. Slip washers and other bits, so you can put them in and all that lot. I've not done it because I've got an extension coming on this one, good from Australia. So I'm going to put like a 30mm extension on it, just to short stroke it, so it'll come apart again. And everything else, and there's a couple of marks that I've made on it, but I'm going to re-blue them myself, cold blue it all and everything else, and get it all that back up to the running. So yeah, so this is a HW80. Anybody who's got one of these, they're not really used to running 12 foot-pounds, used to being up to about 15, 17, 20 odd foot-pounds with the Magnum spring in it and all that lot. So you've got to be like Jeff Capes. Those of a certain person age will know who Jeff Capes is, when he used to rip the telephone books in half and all that lot. Nobody seems to do that anymore, do they? Rip a telephone book in half, yellow pages and stuff like that. The Thompson Local you can do, dead easy, but not the yellow pages. Don't even think they exist anymore. But yeah, so anyway, I digress. So yeah, you can put a Magnum spring in, but yeah, you'll need a sash clamp. And if you're going to use a sash clamp, you'll have to take the barrel off to let you fit in a sash clamp. Or you could be a dickhead and just put a towel on the floor and just go Mong strength on it and push it down and everything else. However, you have got the risk of it boinging through the roof and all that, taking your head off. But if you do everything safely, where's the fun in that? So yeah, negate that. Always be safe, guys. Always try and do everything properly. Don't take no shortcuts. You know what I mean? You wouldn't want that, would you? But there again, see, no great story ever told starts with a salad. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, so this is what I'm trying to say. So this gun fought me all the way. Even so that I had that much bad luck, about 3-4 hours later, he went back all right, and it seems to be running all right. But now I'm nicknaming this gun Christine. because I think there's a bit of a spirit in her and all that lot. She wasn't shooting very well. Whoever set it up at Weihrauch hadn't really oiled it all that way. The trigger was dead notchy. Now the trigger's lovely and everything else. So you do get guns like this. So what I'm trying to say is that when you do go over to the Springer side of it, and I shoot more Springers than I do PCPs, I think we all start that on our shooting career, especially at my age. We start off with a Springer and it goes full circle. So you do the PCP bit, the gas ram and everything else, the CO2 bit and everything else. Well, I do anyway. And then you come back to the Springers, because for me, this is true air gunning. You got the hold, sensitivity and all that lot, rather than the PCP brigade. The PCPs are great for vermin control and other bits like that, target shooting. But there's no skill involved. There's no nothing, especially on bench rest. You set it up with your little stick and punching holes through paper and everything else. So this for me is like the true airgun side of it. I know people are different, but that's my opinion. And you're welcome to have yours and everything else. So yeah, so that was it. So I just thought I'd come on and tell you that or just say that I'm out and about doing other bits and everything else. Hope everybody's all right. I would say that when you do these on yourself and you get it, because obviously you got the moderator on by right there at the front. This every time you cock it works its way loose. Just be mindful of that. I put a tiny bit of Loctite on it at the front just to nip that up and keep that on there. So every time you cock it, you don't run the risk of the moderator rattling around, obviously throwing your aim off. I don't think it would do, but you'd notice it. But if you're out and about in the field as such, you may actually come across that. So be mindful of that. And also, people say that it's a heavy rifle. It's not as heavy as my 97, even though it is a full rifle. My 97's a lot shorter. Probably because it's an underlever and all that lot, but a lot of people say, oh, it's dead heavy and all that lot. I don't think they are. I'm used to heavy rifles. I prefer a heavy rifle. I don't prefer something that's light. Like I say, I had a Crown once, an FX Crown, and it was not very pointable because I didn't have the weight there. I think the barrel was off at some point. I don't know. I just couldn't get it. You just can't get on with a gun and everything else, and you find fault in it, and you just don't finger with it, do you? So yeah, I do have a soft spot for Weihrauchs and everything else. For me, I think you fall into one or two categories. It's either airguns, Weihrauchs, or things like that. BSA is another one. I tend to stick with Weihrauch. I just like the way that the shoulder and everything else, and they're fairly simple to work on. Once you get your head around them, they are fairly simple. It comes apart in about 8 different pieces, if that, 5 different pieces. So they're nothing to be scared of. You can do them on your own. Don't be put off by them. They command big money for Springers and stuff like that, like 600 quid. But when you pick them up and you use them and you shoot them, you know where that money's gone and everything else. So yeah. So this is what I've been up to. Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's sound. You've all recovered from your firework night, and you've been out and you spent 600 quid on a few bangers. Kept the kids happy. I'm a bit fed up myself with all these dark nights and early mornings, early starts, and everybody's pissing down, all the fields are sodden and everything like that. So you're forever going out in your welly bobs and other bits and getting soaks and whatever. But it's the time of year. That's what makes this country great. The climate. A lot of people, moan about it, but I actually enjoy this time of year, even if it does mean a lot of work. Cleaning up the leaves and everything else. So yep. So everybody, hope you're fantastic, doing great. Thank you to the new subscribers. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate you all watching and wasting 10 minutes out of your day to watch this drivel. Appreciate you all. Thanks a lot for watching. You all take care. See you in a bit. Ta-da.